Oh, no, 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 no.
While camping and hunting in the great outdoors, a man captured a chilling photo of something strange lurking in the dark. In the middle of a vast open meadow, a faint blurry figure can be seen. Its details unclear, but its presence undeniable. Since then, speculation has run wild. Was it just an animal, something more sinister, or perhaps an optical illusion? One thing is certain, it looks as though something, or someone, was watching. Could it have been an owl, or is there something more mysterious lurking out there? On March 3rd, 2023, in the quiet town of Mount Vernon, Georgia, a woman was casually snapping sunset photos of her brand new porch. At the time, everything seemed perfectly normal. But years later, while scrolling through those old pictures, her daughter spotted something bone-chilling, a shadowy figure standing silently on the porch. The home sits deep in Civil War territory, eerily nestled between two historic graveyards, Adams Cemetery and the Basil Connell Family Cemetery. Though there haven't been many reports of paranormal activity in the house, the woman admits to feeling unexplained cold spots from time to time. So, did she unknowingly capture a ghostly visitor from the past? During a carefree getaway in the woods, a group of friends snapped a cheerful photo inside their cozy cabin. But when the Polaroid developed, the mood shifted from fun to fear. In the background, just beyond the shadows of a dark doorway, two eerie hands appeared, reaching out as if trying to make their presence known. None of them had sensed anything unusual at the time, but after seeing that chilling detail, the thought of spending another night there became terrifying. While hiking through the Appalachian Mountains, a man stumbled upon something dangerously close, and if he hadn't noticed it in time, things could have gone very wrong.
Everybody that's never been in the mountains here in the Appalachians, Appalachia, however you want to pronounce it, I'll show y'all something. Look, now look out through there. It looks safe to walk right through there, no problem, don't it? Check this out. I'm gonna walk. Just tell me when you see it. Tell me when you see it. You see it yet? Let's look. Right there in that stick. He's right there. There's his tail. There's his body. There's his head. Y'all be careful walking around these woods. And I work in them.
Right there, just off to the side, a timber rattlesnake. There's its tail, its body, and its head peeking out. That's one dangerous creature camouflaged perfectly in the brush. Timber rattlesnakes are no joke. They're highly venomous, and one bite can be fatal if you don't get medical help fast. Luckily, they're not looking for trouble and usually avoid humans, but if they feel threatened, they won't hesitate to strike. Stepping on one could have ended badly, but thanks to the hiker's sharp eyes and quick reflexes, he dodged a close call. Moral of the story? Always stay alert when you're in wild terrain like this. You never know what's lurking just out of sight. This old rural house was intentionally set on fire as part of a controlled burn supervised by the local fire department. Everything seemed to be going as planned, until the footage took a spine-chilling turn.
You should see it right now. It's amazing. Look through the window. It's like exploding. Hold your breath and go look. Just make sure you can get out because it's pretty cute. Did you look in the doorway?
Yeah, flames are coming out.
No, better not be.
Graham, one of them better be out there. We're out. Oh, I'm actually. Oh, I'm actually. Oh, I'm actually. Yeah, hey, Graham, let him go get out.
It's getting out of hand right now. Hey, the water's dripping off the house is hot.
As the flames devoured the structure and onlookers watched from a safe distance, a shadowy humanoid figure suddenly appeared in one of the rooms. The figure was only visible for a moment, but it was enough to send shivers down spines and set the internet ablaze with speculation. Was it the spirit of someone who once lived there? A ghost trapped in its final moments? Or is there a more rational explanation hiding behind the smoke and shadows? A Reddit user recently shared a seemingly innocent photo of his nephew enjoying a sunny day at the KMA Boardwalk in Texas during a family trip. At first glance, it looked like a typical snapshot, just a happy kid soaking up the moment. But when viewers looked closer, something chilling stood out. Behind the boy was a dark, human-like figure uncannily similar in height and shape, almost as if it were mirroring him. Was it just a trick of motion blur? A camera glitch? Or could it be something far more unsettling? Something paranormal? Before we jump into the next encounter, I just want to take a moment to thank and congratulate all of you. We're almost halfway to 10,000 subscribers. We're working harder than ever to bring you the scariest and most thrilling hiking encounters out there. Our goal? To take this channel to the top, and nothing's going to stop us. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and enjoy the rest of the show. And when we hit 10,000, a few lucky subscribers will get a surprise. Now, let's get back to the video. A TikToker was filming at home when she heard a strange noise coming from downstairs. Curious and a little uneasy, she went to investigate.
Oh no fucking no way, that's not. Oh my gosh. No way, that's not a person. Run! No way.
To her absolute shock, a bear had wandered into the house like it owned the place. It strolled straight into the kitchen, walked up to the fridge, opened it, and started casually browsing for snacks, completely unfazed by the stunned frozen humans nearby. Just when everyone thought the wild visitor was done, it suddenly stopped at the door, turned back around, and came back for a tortilla. The humans were terrified. The bear? Not even a little. While out camping with friends, TikTok user Khoas captured something straight out of a nightmare. It started with distant, bone-chilling screams echoing through the forest.
I don't know.
That was a fucking child screaming.
Joe, listen.
Or like a fucking woman or something. That was a female fucking screaming. Phil? Please, please, please.
Oh, fuck.
No.
Kind of fucking closer, man.
A female voice, panicked, desperate, cried out. The voice grew more frantic. They were deep in the middle of nowhere, miles from civilization, armed only with flashlights and one guy's revolver. Strange shapes emerged behind a steel target. Figures? Shadows? No one could tell. Then, something even more disturbing. As they crept deeper into the woods, they discovered bizarre objects hanging from the trees, like a warning or ritual.
Dude, we're in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Dude, that sounds like some haunted ass shit, dude. What happened to the other steel target?
There's two. Wait, what the fuck
There's
is
one
that?
right there on the ground.
What the fuck is that?
It's on the ground.
Look. The fuck is what?
That right there. What the fuck is that?
Dude, that's not... No.
Please tell me you guys are fucking with me. Oh! No!
And just when they thought things couldn't get worse, it happened. Later, while reviewing the footage, one of them noticed something horrifying. A pale face peeking out from behind a tree. Some viewers thought it might have been an owl, but others were sure it was something else paranormal. A banshee? A wendigo? Weeks later, Khoas said strange things started happening back home. A book flew off a shelf on its own. Lights flickered. Had something followed him back? In another chilling video, a group exploring the Indonesian woods at night stumbled on something just as terrifying. A figure, completely cloaked in red, standing eerily still between the trees. Not moving, not speaking. Was it a person? A prop? A ghost? Honestly, both possibilities are terrifying. And then, the video cuts to black. No explanation, no answers, only questions. While enjoying a peaceful night by the campfire, this person suddenly heard something eerie echoing from the darkness. Some swore it sounded like a baby crying. Others guessed it might have been a fox, or even a cougar. But one chilling comment stood out. It could have been a skinwalker, a shape-shifting creature known to mimic human voices to lure victims into the woods. To this day, the uploader still doesn't know what they heard. Hopefully, it was just a wild animal, and not something far worse. Two friends were driving through the mountains late at night, searching for a spot to camp. The road was dark, quiet, and empty until it wasn't. As they filmed the eerie path ahead, their camera picked up something they never expected. Out of nowhere, a tall figure in a flowing red robe appeared, standing perfectly still in the middle of the road. No movement, no sound, just watching. They were miles from the nearest town, deep in the wilderness. The figure was unnaturally tall, too tall, and its clothing didn't look like anything a normal person would wear out there. Rattled to their core, the guys sped off, putting as much distance as possible between them and whatever that was. To this day, they have no idea who or what they saw. While walking through Saladin, Iraq, someone spotted something unusual in the sky, which at first seemed like just another bird. But as they zoomed in, the image became much stranger. It wasn't a bird at all. It was a humanoid figure, complete with legs, eerily hovering in place like a drone. The enhanced footage ruled out the usual suspects. It wasn't a balloon, a drone, or anything we've ever seen before. It looked unmistakably like a person. Some viewers even claimed they could make out a jetpack. Even more bizarre, similar sightings have been reported across the globe. So what are these mysterious figures, and why are they showing up now? One quiet afternoon, Reddit user Queso Amore was driving home when something strange caught their eye. A face staring out from the window of an old, abandoned building. At first, they brushed it off as a leftover Halloween decoration, until they took a photo. The moment the picture was snapped, the figure vanished. Disturbed but curious, they returned to the building 3 more times, hoping to catch another glimpse. But whatever or whoever they saw never appeared again. And here's the unnerving part. The window was positioned far too high for anyone to stand in it naturally, leaving behind an eerie, unanswered question that still gives people chills. While camping near a river, one Reddit user's friend snapped a chilling photo that they claim shows a ghostly figure. Cloaked in what looked like a robe, the figure reportedly moved swiftly and silently. Details that made the encounter feel eerily supernatural. Even more unsettling? The friend had already seen the figure twice before finally capturing it on camera. While skeptics were quick to dismiss it, others couldn't help but be captivated. So, what do you think? Was it just a trick of the light, or did they catch a real ghost on film? While hiking through the wilds of Australia, someone looked up and spotted something strange streaking across the sky. A scud cloud. These eerie, ragged-looking formations often hover below massive storm systems, sometimes looking completely detached and racing ahead of the storm itself. They might seem like a sign of something dangerous, but don't let their creepy vibe fool you. Scud clouds are harmless. They're just a product of rising humidity and nearby thunderstorms. No severe weather, just nature showing off. In the early 1930s, deep in the remote wilderness of Alaska, a man set off on a routine trek toward a nearby lake. But along the way, something caught his eye, something unnatural. A bizarre, unidentifiable creature darted through the rugged terrain, unlike anything he'd ever seen. Heart-pounding, he gave chase, managing to snap a single photograph before it vanished into the wild. Living miles from the nearest town, he couldn't develop the film right away. It would sit untouched for nearly 4 months. And when he finally saw the image, what he had captured would haunt him for the rest of his life. Decades later, his grandson would inherit both the eerie photograph and the chilling story that came with it. And what he discovered might just send shivers down your spine. Around 5 a.m., a Reddit user's security camera picked up something downright chilling. The motion sensor was set off by what appears to be a ghostly figure gliding across the frame. Some Redditors swear it's a full-body apparition, while skeptics argue there's got to be a logical explanation. The footage is grainy and brief, just enough to spark debate. But really, what else could it be? While exploring the vast emptiness of the desert, a Reddit user stumbled upon something unexpected. A dusty journal half buried in the sand. At first glance, it seemed like nothing more than a forgotten stack of college notes. But when they turned to the last page, everything changed. There, written in shaky handwriting, was a heartfelt thank you and an emotional farewell to someone who had made college unforgettable. Below was a list of people to contact, and all of the person's passwords on the back. 3 names were mentioned, individuals seemingly tied to the story. It read less like an ending to a class project and more like a final goodbye. Many believed it was a suicide note. Shaken, the Redditor contacted the authorities, hoping they had just uncovered the missing piece in a cold case no one had solved until now. While walking past an old, crumbling building in the Scottish countryside, a group of men suddenly heard loud, echoing bangs coming from the back. Intrigued and a little spooked, they crept around to investigate. But when they got there, nothing. Not a soul in sight. One of the men stood still, eyes scanning the eerie silence. That's when it happened.
You think it's a ghost?
It is a ghost.
It's just a wind.
Mate. Must be a ghost.
No, it's a wind.
No, it's a ghost.
Let's go. It's a fucking ghost.
There's nothing else there. What else could it be?
Strangely, the trees stood perfectly still, with no breeze, no rustling leaves, and no sign of wind at all. So what was it? A restless spirit lingering in the shadows, just as they feared, or something else entirely? Friends were filming themselves rapping deep in the forest when things suddenly took a wild turn.
Puri baikor, pipe gun, shotgun, হাতে লইয়া চল গলিতে গলিতে পোলা পাইপ করে শর গেজা পড়তে গেলে হেলা সব দেয় তোর তার চিরা মাথা গরম আমার পিস্তল লোড আবার বাড়ি পুরা ঢাকা আসি মুটলির ডোট বয়স যখন 1-8 ও ভাই
Out of nowhere, a furious swarm of bees launched a full-on attack. Chaos. In a situation like that, if you don't move fast, you're in danger. Thankfully, they managed to escape without any major injuries, but it took them a while before they could even recover their phone. Nature wasn't playing around. Sunshineable was out in the woods filming a fun TikTok video to showcase her outfit when something chilling happened.
Nope.
As she danced and twirled, her camera unknowingly captured a dark, shadowy figure lurking in the background, covered in black fur, watching her intently. Before she could even process what she'd seen, the figure quickly vanished into the trees. Panicking, Sunshineable snatched up her phone and bolted, heart racing. Some believe the mysterious figure could be a juvenile Bigfoot, while others think it's just someone in a costume playing a prank. Given Sunshinable's reputation for creating authentic, unstaged content, many are left wondering, is this an eerie encounter caught on camera, or just another trick of the woods? The truth remains a mystery. On February 10th, 2012, a group of hikers ventured deep into the snowy forests of Finland. As they made their way along a remote trail, a chilling metallic hum suddenly echoed through the air, not from the woods around them, but from above.
Mistä vitusta toi tulee?
The sound was eerie, mechanical, and unlike anything they had ever heard. Frozen in place, the hikers recorded the bizarre noise as it droned on for nearly 10 minutes. It didn't match any known animal, machine, or natural phenomenon. To this day, no one knows what caused it, and the mystery remains unsolved. While strolling through the garden of his apartment complex, the man casually snapped a few photos, just testing the shutter sound, clicking without much thought or focus. He wasn't trying to capture anything special, but out of the 5 shots he took, one image stood out. And not in a good way. Something or someone appeared in the frame. He hadn't noticed anything strange at the time. No movement, no figures lurking in the background. So what was it? Just pareidolia messing with his mind? Or had he accidentally captured something far more unsettling? A man stumbled upon something strange tucked away inside a tree, and instead of investigating further, he pulled out his phone and started filming. Rather than exploring nearby trees, he uploaded the video online, joking that he might have uncovered a leprechaun's secret stash. After all, Irish legends say leprechauns hide their gold deep in forests or at the end of rainbows. But something about this felt different, like someone hid it there for a reason only they understand. What was it? While hiking through Queensland, Australia, a man came across a parked car and noticed something bizarre. A massive, greasy handprint smeared across the back window. What caught his attention wasn't just the size, but the strange, oily residue, something often linked to the elusive Yowie, Australia's answer to Bigfoot. Even weirder, the thumb sat unusually low, more like an ape's hand than a human's. In one of the photos, a regular human hand can be seen for scale, and while it's not crystal clear, the size difference is hard to ignore. With similar mysterious prints reported all over the world, it's enough to make you wonder, what left that mark? An explorer recently ventured into an abandoned building near a cemetery, and what he found nearly made his heart stop.
I don't know if I should say anything just yet, but look.
At first glance, it looked like something straight out of a horror movie. A half-open coffin resting in the middle of the room, with what appeared to be a freshly deceased body inside. For a moment, he was frozen in disbelief. Was this real? Turns out it wasn't. The entire setup was an insanely detailed prank, designed to terrify anyone bold enough to step inside. And honestly, it worked. Even he had to admit it had him fooled for a second. Still, props to whoever pulled this off, and wish him luck, because he's still exploring the place. A cemetery groundskeeper recently shared a chilling discovery that has the internet buzzing. According to him, a fellow employee stumbled upon something deeply unsettling on the far western edge of the graveyard, a strange, foul-smelling object tucked away near a tree. While some coworkers felt an eerie discomfort, Odin's Raven believed the item had spiritual weight and should be left alone. Then another Redditor weighed in with a theory that sent shivers down spines. The object might be part of a dark ritual. They claimed it contained a bird's heart and liver, mixed with feces, all wrapped in a sock that belonged to someone buried nearby. Piercing the sock were two knives, one allegedly used to kill the bird, the other to pin the soul. The purpose? One knife to bind the person's spirit to the cemetery, the other to cut their connection to the afterlife. In short, they believe this was a curse meant to trap a soul on Earth and doom it to eternal unrest. Could this be the real reason behind the strange artifact? Or is it just internet lore gone too far? The video opens on a chilling shot, a tombstone marked Maria Melgar, with a cross eerily formed from punched-out holes. The cameraman and his friend exchange uneasy glances, wondering what was once placed there. As the camera slowly pans back, one of them points to a grave in the distance, his brother's final resting place. But then they see it.
What the hell? Since when are the Mormons in a Christian graveyard? No, this isn't a Christian graveyard. What the hell is he doing over there, though? Why is he right in front of my brother's grave?
A tall, slender figure in a suit, motionless in front of the grave, faceless, silent, watching. What happened next? No one truly knows. Amy Pendleton from New Hampshire believes she may have captured something truly eerie on camera at the infamous Gilson Cemetery in Nashua, a place long wrapped in ghost stories and local legends. In a TikTok video she posted, a 360-degree scan of the graveyard reveals a strange, shadowy figure lurking nearby.
Do me a favor, go to Google Maps right now from wherever you are. Put in Gilson Cemetery, Nashua, New Hampshire. It is a historical site, rumored to be haunted, blah, blah. Go on Street View, take a 360, and take a little stroll down the road. Just look. There's a ghost right there.
Some skeptics shrug it off as a blurry passerby, but Amy can't shake the feeling that it might be something more, something supernatural. Gilson Cemetery has long been the center of chilling tales, whispers of a ghostly woman in white, the cries of a wandering baby, and now, possibly, a new spirit caught on film. This eerie photo was snapped on June 29, 2013, at exactly 8:02 a.m. by a motion-activated trail camera. In the frame, a tall, shadowy figure stands upright near a hunting blind, appearing in just one shot, then vanishing from others taken just minutes apart. That rules out tricks of light or drifting shadows. Whatever it was, it moved. Enhanced images show what looks like broad shoulders, defined chest muscles, and even bare patches on the face. Using 3 different measurement methods, experts estimate its height between 6.6 and 6'10". Too tall for your average person, but right in line with something else. Could this be a Sasquatch? What else fits the bill? Kuheli ignited a fiery debate online after posting a clip from Loon Season 7, claiming it might show Bigfoot caught on camera.
Thought I heard something. We gotta get the hell moving. We gotta get the hell moving. We gotta get the hell moving.
Some viewers insist it's nothing more than an elk, citing what looks like a white rump, but others aren't so sure, arguing the creature's gait is way too primate-like to dismiss. The problem? The figure stays just far enough away to keep the mystery alive, fueling speculation rather than settling it. Tempo Off-Road recently shared a mysterious trail camera photo from an elderly family member in Kentucky, and it's got the internet buzzing. Some swear it's Bigfoot, others argue it's a skunk ape, but here's the twist. The creature looks eerily like a regular gorilla. And last we checked, gorillas don't just wander the woods of Kentucky. So what is it? A cryptid, or an escaped zoo animal? In 2018, a woman snapped an eerie photo in her backyard in Boone, North Carolina. The image shows a tall humanoid figure partially concealed by trees, almost blending seamlessly with the forest. For many, this unsettling photo only adds fuel to the fire of growing evidence suggesting the existence of elusive forest dwellers. However, one sharp-eyed observer noticed something strange. A center line running down the figure's body that looks strikingly like the seam of a zipper. Could this be proof of a mysterious creature or just someone in a suit? At first glance, this 2007 photo taken near Nashville, Tennessee, seems like a charming snapshot of 2 young friends casually strolling down a serene, tree-lined path. But upon closer inspection, something eerie emerges. Just ahead of the children, a faint, ghostly figure resembling a child appears to materialize from the mist. Some even claim there's another shadowy presence lurking further down the road. With the land once home to a plantation before the Civil War, the chilling question remains. Could these mysterious figures be lingering spirits from a troubled past that simply refuse to fade away? While hiking along a serene trail in the heart of Essex Village, a man was simply recording the peaceful beauty of nature. However, when he later watched the footage, something unsettling caught his eye. For a brief moment, a ghostly, smoke-like figure materialized in the frame, its head and hands faintly visible before vanishing into the air. Locals are speculating that it could be the legendary village spirit, a figure deeply woven into the village's folklore. But is this a genuine paranormal encounter, Or could there be a more logical explanation lurking just beneath the surface? One fateful night, deep in the heart of Mexico's dense wilderness, a lone hiker stumbled upon an unsettling sight. As he navigated through the dark, whispering woods, something caught his eye high up in the trees. There, amidst the shadows, loomed a figure that appeared disturbingly human, yet something about it was undeniably off. What did he truly witness that night? Was it a fleeting glimpse of something otherworldly lurking in the treetops, or was it merely an elaborate trick designed to send chills down his spine? It was a quiet night, just a group of friends unwinding, when something eerie broke the calm.
What is that? Guys, what is... Oh, shit. What the...
Emerging from the darkness was a face pale, hairless, and unmistakably not human. The tension was thick, hearts pounding, but then, without warning, the footage cuts. No explanation, no clue. What happened next? That's a mystery that still sends chills down their spines. While walking along an old, abandoned railroad track with her brother and his girlfriend's family, a woman snapped a simple photo. But when she looked at it later, something chilling caught her eye. In the top right corner of the image, several shadowy figures appeared that looked like they were walking straight toward the group. No one remembered seeing anyone else out there. And these figures? They weren't just eerie, they looked wrong, dark, distorted, and not human. A backpacker once shared a chilling video from the DeSoto mine in Arizona, calling it the creepiest place they'd ever explored.
I really hope it's not my eyes playing with me, but like...
At the time, all they could hear was the steady drip of water echoing through the empty tunnels. But when they reviewed the footage later, they were stunned to hear something else. The unmistakable sound of footsteps on wood in a place that was completely deserted. That eerie moment was enough to make them turn back, cutting their exploration short as the mine's unsettling vibe grew too intense to ignore. Back in 2003, Jay had a photo snapped by a friend during a visit to Pyramid Lake. Years later, while looking through old memories, they noticed something chilling, which appears to be the faint figure of a little girl in the background. Some swear it's evidence of something paranormal, especially considering Pyramid Lake's long-standing reputation for eerie happenings. Others brush it off as a trick of the light or a camera glitch. But the figure is so eerily clear, so human, that it's hard not to ask, was it just a coincidence? While hiking through a remote, unfamiliar forest, a backpacker stumbled upon something utterly baffling.
Привет, парни, я тут в шоке. Решил прогуляться по территории. Посмотрите, какой забор. Вот это забор. Я просто в ахуе. Сейчас покажу еще. Вот это забор. Вон он кончается. И вон там кончается. Вон угол.
A massive wall rising out of the wilderness with no warning, no signs, and no explanation. It seemed to stretch endlessly, untouched by time or reason. Just the sight of it sent chills down his spine, reminding many online of something straight out of the Truman Show. What was its purpose? Who built it? Why here, in the middle of nowhere? The mystery has ignited wild speculation, and if we only knew its exact location, we might finally uncover the truth behind this eerie enigma. Back in 2012 or 2013, a group of friends decided to add a little thrill to their Halloween by joining a ghost tour at the historic and notoriously haunted Concordia Cemetery. At one point during the tour, they stopped to snap a group photo. Their guide kindly offered to take the shot while they posed ahead under the eerie glow of the cemetery lights. That night, as they reviewed the pictures back at home, one friend's sister noticed something that made her blood run cold. In the background of their group photo was a shadowy figure wearing a hat, seemingly strolling right past them. The strange part? No one had seen anyone near them when the photo was taken. Terrified, she demanded they leave immediately. And when she showed the picture to the rest of the group, their excitement quickly turned to dread. From that night on, they made a pact. No more ghost tours. Was it just a random person they somehow didn't notice? Or did they unknowingly capture something far more chilling, something not meant to be seen? In 2014, two young women set out on the treacherous Kalalao Trail in Hawaii, unaware of the ordeal that awaited them. Midway through the hike, the weather took a dangerous turn. Rain poured down, flooding the trail and making the terrain slick and perilous. With no phone service and rising rivers blocking their path, they were forced to brave the night in the heart of the jungle. Just when hope seemed to fade, the distant thump of a helicopter echoed through the trees. Miraculously, the rescuers spotted the white towels the women had hung up to dry as an improvised signal that saved their lives. They were airlifted to safety, a powerful reminder that preparation and quick thinking can mean the difference between disaster and rescue in the wild. While exploring the infamous zombie road alone, a man couldn't shake the eerie feeling that he was being watched. This stretch of road has long been shrouded in dark legends, once home to an orphanage that tragically burned down in the early 1900s. Many believe the spirits of the children who perished in that fire still linger there, and countless visitors have reported chilling encounters with ghostly figures. As the sun began to set, the man decided to snap a photo of the fading light filtering through the trees. But this was before digital cameras, so he wouldn't see what he captured until the film was developed days later. When he finally did, his blood ran cold because staring back at him were shadowy shapes that looked an awful lot like children. Could this be proof that the lost souls of Zombie Road are still watching? TikTok user Tia Langley and her friends decided to explore using the mysterious Randonautica app, which led them to an eerie, abandoned location. Tia filmed the entire adventure, but things took a chilling turn fast. Take a look.
What? Are your brights on? Can you turn your brights on? Oh shit, so there's like a big pool of water over there. Yeah, don't go over there. Just stay here. Don't move. Should we get out? Yeah, we should. Holy fucking shit! Go! Stop, just go, just leave. Go, 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 go! That was someone on the other side! That was someone on the other Guys, I don't know where to get out of here. Slow down, go that way, 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 go that way.
In part 2 of the video, the terrifying truth unfolded. A group of men suddenly appeared out of nowhere, slamming on the car doors and chasing the group in a heart-pounding scene. Trapped in a truly unsettling situation, Tia and her friends were left shaken, haunted by one question: what would have happened if they had stepped out of the car? On July 2nd, 2020, what started as an ordinary drive for Chisa quickly took a chilling turn.
Padre cielo que estás en lo nuestro.
While trailing another car, something strange caught their eye. A mysterious figure with glowing eyes seemed to be peering out from the trunk. Gripped by curiosity and unease, Kisa instinctively pulled out their phone and started recording, desperate to capture the eerie sight. As the video came to a close, a distressed sound, presumably from Kisa, echoed through, hinting at the fear and confusion they felt in that moment. Since then, the video has gone viral, sparking countless theories online. But despite all the speculation, the truth behind what Kisa saw remains a haunting mystery. YouTuber Michael Luzzi recently revisited Split Rock Road in New Jersey, a place where he once had a chilling encounter. As he stood in the eerie silence of the woods, something caught his eye.
For here, so. Oh, what is that light?
Oh, there's a light over there.
Yo, what the hell? What is that? Yo! Yo! Oh, nah.
Let's welcome back from this.
Alright, guys, so I'm gonna go down here real quick and see what is down here.
Two mysterious lights appeared, one hovering high in the trees, the other closer to the ground. They moved in strange, unnatural ways, almost as if they were alive. Then, things took an even darker turn.
Literally standing right there, 370Z. I'm literally sitting there like this, just chilling, and then something behind me, I don't know. That noise is coming from over here more. That noise is literally coming from somewhere over here.
I really want to know what it is.
I don't know, that noise is definitely coming from over here somewhere. Oh, so what the fuck? Look at that!
That's that person. That's the person from last. Go. Get out of here, Bob.
Go, just dip. I don't know what the hell that was, bro.
Out of the shadows, a faint figure began to take shape. It looked like a person only, not quite. Terrified, Lucy bolted back to his car, heart pounding, unsure of what he'd just seen. To this day, the ghostly lights and the shadowy figure remain a disturbing mystery. While combing through footage from his trail cam, a Virginia hunter discovered something chilling and eerie. An almost translucent figure that resembles either a ghostly child or some unknown creature stalking the forest. Some skeptics chalk it up to moonlight playing tricks on the lens, but others? They're not so sure. Is this spine-tingling image actual proof of the paranormal? Or just a creepy coincidence captured at the perfect moment? While walking down an abandoned road in rural Japan, something strange suddenly caught his eye.
Okay, that's weird, right? Why is it moving?
Yeah. Can we go? Why is it doing that?
You guys not see that down there?
What?
Right
Shut
there.
up. I'm not gonna look.
There's nothing.
Okay, why is it still moving?
Can we go? I'm legitimately running and getting out of here. I don't understand. I'm gonna look this up. And
Oh, maybe there's something. Wait.
Yeah,
Still, no, it's not. It's cut there, so they shouldn't be, right? I don't know.
It wasn't windy. The forest was dead still, except for that one tree shifting unnaturally, like it was alive. He pulled out his phone to look it up. Nothing made sense. The movement didn't stop. Some nearby locals later said they'd never seen anything like it. Ever. One theory points to Kodama, ancient tree spirits from Japanese folklore said to dwell in strong, sacred forests. Others say it could be something more scientific, like unique oscillation frequencies or shifting roots triggered by subtle seismic tremors, which are common in Japan. But given how close they were to the infamous Aokigahara forest, known for its chilling past and eerie silence, no theory brought much comfort. The image of that lone twitching tree among a forest of stillness was enough to send chills down anyone's spine. Would you have kept walking? After a car accident, a man snapped a quick photo to document the damage. But when he later brightened the image to get a clearer look, he saw something that made his blood run cold. Sitting in the driver's seat, clear as day, was a terrifying figure with glowing eyes and a monstrous, twisted face. The image sent chills down the spines of those who saw it. Many believe it wasn't just a trick of the light, but a sinister spirit, perhaps even the cause of the crash. Strangely, this isn't the first time eerie entities have been spotted inside wrecked cars, leading some to wonder, are these supernatural forces hiding in plain sight waiting to strike? Allie stood exactly where they had buried the doll, Mary. The air was suffocating, thick with something unnatural, and there she was, Mary.
No way. Bro. There's like overgrowth on her and everything. She's right there. Mary's right there. Patty. What does that mean? What does Patty mean? She's gonna say one more thing and I'm getting out of here. Like, I don't feel safe here.
Her porcelain face peeked out from a blanket of overgrown weeds, as if the earth itself had tried and failed to silence her. She hadn't moved, yet somehow she was watching. Then came the whisper. Patty. Allie froze. That name. He didn't recognize it. Who was Patty? He glanced down. The soil was no longer untouched. It was torn, scraped, like something had clawed its way up from underneath. And just beneath the wind, a chilling sound floated into the background of the footage. Soft, echoing laughter. A child's cry. Faint, haunting. Ally didn't hear it clearly, but deep down, he knew. Mary wasn't finished, and this time, he had to end her. For good. Silent 9mm posted a photo that's blowing minds. A gigantic footprint his mom found on their roof. The print, with 4 huge toes and an unusually large size, instantly sparked Bigfoot rumors. But here's the twist. Even if it were human, who walks barefoot on a roof? And the weirdest part? There was only one footprint. Just a single, massive step, and nothing else. On December 24th, 2024, Reddit user +song2293 posted a captivating video that quickly stirred up a storm of curiosity. The footage shows a glowing orb gliding low over the mountains of Cali, Colombia, shimmering with lights as it moves through the sky.
Míralo acá, véngalo acá, rápido, míralo acá.
While some viewers dismissed it as a half-deflated mylar balloon catching the sunlight just right, others weren't so sure, sparking speculation that it might be something far more mysterious. Known for its breathtaking landscapes, Cali has now found itself at the center of the latest UFO buzz. While hiking deep in an isolated forest, one man stumbled upon a spine-chilling sight: scattered bones on the ground, with a single shoe still attached, giving the disturbing impression of human remains. But here's where it gets even creepier. The person who posted the photo never mentioned alerting the authorities, and no follow-up was ever shared. The eerie setting and total radio silence only fuel the mystery. But take a closer look, and something doesn't sit right. Are these human bones? Or did someone stage a cruel hoax, stuffing animal bones into a shoe just to terrify unsuspecting hikers? While caving with a group, one man found himself trapped in a terrifying predicament. As he ventured deeper into a narrow passage, he became wedged so tightly that he couldn't move no matter how hard he tried. The situation quickly worsened when water started pouring into the cramped space, rising steadily around him. Panic set in as he urgently shouted to his partner outside the passage for help. His partner, struggling against the current and the growing pressure, fought to free him, but it was no easy task. The water kept rising, and time was running out. After what felt like an eternity, with tension mounting and the water creeping higher, the partner managed to pull him out, saving him just in the nick of time. After a peaceful day of fishing, the man decided to stop by a nearby public restroom. But the moment he stepped inside, something jolted him.
Yo, what the
What the? Bro. There's nobody in here.
The place was empty. Not a soul in sight. Just silence. He stood frozen, heart pounding. That scream he just heard, it was real. Too loud, too clear to be a trick of the mind. and yet no one was there. A guy went out magnet fishing one afternoon expecting the usual pile of rusty junk, and for the most part, that's exactly what he got. But then, something strange surfaced. He dragged up an old knife, still tucked inside its weathered sheath, like it hadn't seen daylight in decades. Creepy, but nothing compared to what came next. On his final toss, he reeled in what looked like an ordinary stick, until he saw what was tied to it. A disturbingly lifelike doll, its face covered in needles, like some kind of twisted voodoo ritual piece. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, there was a small, transparent bag fastened to the doll's back. He had no idea what it was, but the whole thing gave him chills. Uneasy and spooked, he packed up and left in a hurry, only to realize he'd wandered into a nearby cemetery, alone, lost, and more terrified than ever. Thankfully, after what felt like forever, he managed to find his way out.
In the early hours of November 13th, 2023, a camper sat in bed at 3:25 a.m., engrossed in a game of bingo on their laptop. The quiet of the night was suddenly interrupted by a faint, chilling sound from outside. At first, it was barely noticeable, but then it became unmistakable. The eerie neigh of a horse echoing across the empty campsite. The land had once been an old horse farm, long abandoned, but its ghostly presence still lingered. Gripped by curiosity, the camper grabbed their phone and began recording. Just then, a white figure emerged from the darkness, an apparition that sent shivers down their spine. Though this wasn't their first unsettling experience at the infamous farmhouse, a place notorious for paranormal activity, it was the first time they had captured something truly spine-chilling on camera. While exploring Taney, a Reddit user had an eerie experience that still haunts him. During a break in a pine forest on Mount T, he wandered off alone to record the serene surroundings. But as he sat there, lost in the moment, a chilling whisper brushed against his ear, despite no one being nearby. Later, when he reviewed the footage, his heart nearly stopped. Faint but unmistakable, a woman's voice could be heard in the recording. The unsettling discovery left him shaken, questioning whether there was a logical explanation, or if something far more paranormal had just made contact. As he drove down an old abandoned road toward his campsite, a chill ran down his spine. Up ahead, something eerie caught his eye. A shadowy figure in a flowing white dress crossing the road. His heart pounded as he slammed the brakes. Who or what was that? Curiosity got the best of him. Stepping out of his car into the pitch-black night, he scanned the surroundings. But there was nothing, just silence and darkness. If it was a person, why were they wandering alone in the middle of the forest at this hour? And if it wasn't, then what had he just seen? While walking near the woods with his friends, Mangal Mura Singh stumbled upon something deeply unsettling, and they captured it all on camera.
Taruh dia. Asalnya. Isai pun ini demi. Isai pun. Edat betul. Allah kita tidak yang mana kulinasan. Udah jauh. Sebentar jauh. Allah kita. Agak. Kemarin hati. Kemarin kita. Hati paisan. Hati paisan. Hati paisan.
An old woman was creeping toward them, her movements unnervingly slow, her glowing eyes piercing through the darkness. She didn't look like an ordinary person. Yet the way the group shouted at each other made it seem like they weren't entirely convinced of the danger. Still, there was something about her, something deeply wrong, that sent a chill down their spines. While hiking through the remote landscapes of Norway, a man stumbled upon something unexpected, an old abandoned house hidden deep in the wilderness. Curiosity got the best of him, and as he stepped inside, he was shocked to find the lights still working. As he cautiously explored the dark, eerie interior, he suddenly froze. Something was watching him. A mysterious figure loomed in the shadows, its gaze locked onto him. Panic set in, and in his frantic attempt to escape, he lost his balance and tumbled down the stairs. The video cuts off abruptly, leaving the chilling encounter unresolved. Was this something paranormal? Or was there a logical explanation lurking in the darkness? While hiking through an empty field, a man stumbled upon something bizarre. A dog frozen mid-run, as if time had stopped. With no owner in sight, he pulled out his phone and captured the eerie moment, sparking wild speculation online. Some believed it was proof of the paranormal, even suggesting a skinwalker encounter. Others pointed out that certain dog breeds instinctively freeze and point when sensing something nearby. Eventually, the hiker learned the truth. The dog's owner had called it from a distance, and it had simply turned back. Yet, even after knowing the explanation, he couldn't shake the unsettling feeling of how unnaturally still the dog had remained, even as he got closer. While exploring the infamous Mercer Cemetery in Utah, known for its eerie paranormal activity, Reddit user RT Lance captured something truly chilling. Snapping multiple photos during the visit, one image stood out. A mysterious hand-like figure appearing near the grave of a well-known little girl. Strangely, the anomaly went completely unnoticed until the next day. Mercer Cemetery has long been a hotspot for ghostly encounters, and this discovery only deepens its unsettling reputation. Paranormal enthusiasts speculate that the apparition could be a lingering spirit tied to the location. Some even claim they can make out the faint figure of a little girl in the right corner behind the fence. But look closely. Do you see anything? Late one night, a man was driving home from hiking when his route took him past an old cemetery. At first, he thought a small crowd had gathered there for some reason. But as he got closer, he realized they were carrying something like an old-fashioned coffin, the kind no one uses anymore. The clock had just struck midnight, and the group moved with an eerie, almost unnatural slowness. Despite his headlights flooding the area with light, not a single one of them acknowledged his presence. There was something deeply unsettling about the scene, something that still haunts him to this day. What did he witness that night? While exploring a cemetery in broad daylight, a man noticed his dog suddenly tense up, growling and fixating on something unseen. The usually calm pet locked its gaze on a specific spot, its body language screaming unease, yet no one else was around. The owner, puzzled and unsettled, couldn't shake the feeling that his dog had sensed something beyond human perception. Was this another eerie case of a dog detecting what we cannot? While exploring the woods near an old cemetery, a couple recorded their walk to help them find their way back. But in one eerie clip, they captured something unexpected. A glowing white figure drifting across the frame. Some believe it's the ghost of a child, while skeptics argue it's nothing more than a floating plastic bag. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Until then, the mystery remains unsolved. Strangely, the figure remained completely still, even as the man moved closer. While walking along a quiet trail, a Reddit user stumbled upon something truly disturbing. Pinned to a tree was a severed tongue. Some believed it was real, possibly belonging to a cow or deer, while others speculated it could be part of a sinister ritual or even a chilling warning. But who would do such a thing, and why? What could be the real story behind this eerie discovery? As a group of friends enjoyed their evening outdoors, their laughter was suddenly interrupted by something eerie in the darkness.
What is that? Guys, what is... Oh, shit. What the...
Before they could react, a bizarre face emerged from the shadows. Pale, hairless, and disturbingly inhuman. It lingered, unmoving, even as one of them cautiously stepped closer. Then just like that, the footage cut off, leaving behind only unanswered questions and a lingering sense of dread. Reddit user Zerg stumbled upon something unsettling during one of his hikes. Tucked inside a hollow tree was a strange little figurine, something he could only describe as tied to voodoo or the occult. Intrigued, he took it home, but his curiosity quickly turned to concern when fellow Redditors warned him to return it immediately. Why would anyone bring home an object like that without knowing its history, or what it might be capable of? One day, as he reviewed the footage, his heart nearly stopped. A towering, furry, bipedal figure was strolling near the fence in broad daylight. Even more chilling, it showed up at the same time every day. Driven by a mix of fear and curiosity, the man finally confronted it, shouting for the creature to reveal itself. But the moment his voice rang out, it turned and bolted. Moving so fast, there was no way it was human. Though it was never seen again, the strange occurrences on the property didn't stop. Was it a trick of the mind? Or did he truly witness something beyond explanation? Some mysteries, it seems, are never meant to be solved. Reddit user ElwoodMC was trekking through the deep woods when they stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare. A Michael Myers mask eerily hanging from a tree trunk. The infamous face of horror, staring blankly into the wilderness, looked like it had been placed there on purpose. Was it just a twisted prank, or did it serve a more sinister purpose? Either way, discovering it in such a remote location sent chills down their spine. TikTok user TheMostMandy was left rattled after reviewing security footage from her remote cabin in the woods. In the chilling clip, a woman dressed in white appeared out of nowhere, her voice unsettling as she repeatedly asked to be let inside. Living deep in the forest with almost no neighbors, Mandy was horrified who would be wandering around in the dead of night, dressed like that, speaking in such an eerie tone. After that night, the mysterious woman was never seen again. While strolling through a quiet cemetery, a couple captured a spine-chilling photo that still haunts them. In the eerie image, a shadowy figure resembling an old woman appears to be sitting on a bench near a grave. They swore they were alone, yet both felt an unnerving presence as if unseen eyes were watching their every move. When they later examined the photo, the mysterious figure sent shivers down their spines. Could it be the lingering spirit of someone tied to the cemetery? Or was it just a trick of the light, a shadow, or an eerie coincidence? The answer remains unknown, but one thing is certain: this haunting image continues to spark debate and fear. On a warm August night at exactly 8:25 p.m., a trail camera deep in the Washington woods was triggered. But this time, it wasn't a deer or some small animal wandering by. It was something far more unsettling. The camera captured a pale figure draped in a white gown, clutching a bizarre-looking doll. Some speculated it might be a lost dementia patient, but with no missing person reports and no nearby roads, that theory quickly fell apart. So, what or who was out there in the darkness? While hiking through the stillness of the woods, a man stumbled upon something that sent a chill down his spine. A young girl in a blue dress darted past, running alone. But as he watched, something about her movements felt off. Instead of running as any child would, she seemed to hop, her strides unnatural and disjointed. When she slowed and turned toward him, her face made his stomach drop. It looked strange, almost otherworldly, as though it wasn't quite human. A deep unease washed over him. Was this truly a child? Or something far more sinister, perhaps a shapeshifter, or an animal cloaked in a human-like disguise? This user captured what seemed like an ordinary nighttime photo during a summer visit to Joshua Tree National Park. But days later, while reviewing the image, they noticed something eerie hidden within the tree's branches were unsettling shapes or figures. Was it just a trick of the light, or something far more mysterious? Did you dare to watch it? If you did so and enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe.
A lone fisherman was paddling his kayak in the vast open ocean when something terrifying happened. A shark slammed into the back of his kayak. You'd expect panic, right? But not this guy. He stayed eerily calm, like it was just another day at sea. The kayak rocked violently, but somehow it didn't flip. Just another close call in the deep blue. In September 2018, as Hurricane Florence closed in, something eerie appeared on Avalon Pier's live webcam. Amid the raging wind and rain, a lone figure walked across the far end of the pier and then vanished into thin air. Viewers were stunned. Could it have been the Gray Man? This mysterious ghost has been spotted along the Carolina coast for over a century, especially near Hatteras and Pawleys Island. Legend says he shows up right before major storms, silently warning of danger. And those who witness him? Supposedly, they're spared the worst. Skeptics blame it on a camera glitch or maybe a reflection, but strangely enough, Florence shifted course just enough to spare the area. Coincidence? Or something more? This photo first made waves on Reddit back in 2020. According to the post, the hunter was trekking through a dense, dimly lit forest when he spotted something unusual. Tall, human-shaped, and eerily still. It stood at the edge of the trees, blending almost perfectly into the forest floor. He was convinced something was watching him. To him, it was no doubt a cryptid. But as internet sleuths took a closer look, the mystery started to unravel. It wasn't a creature at all, but moss. Specifically, polyore moss, or moss-covered bark formations, which can grow in bizarrely symmetrical, almost lifelike shapes in cold, damp environments. What looked like a lurking forest being. Just nature playing tricks on the human mind. This person was flying over the Amazon in a creaky helicopter scouting for wildlife shots. Below, the river twisted through dense jungle like a silver snake until he realized one of the snakes wasn't the river. There it was. A massive serpent, over 30 feet long, gliding just under the surface. Its head broke the water, dark eyes, thick scales, moving slowly and sure like it ruled the jungle. He snapped photos, heart racing. From the sky, it was incredible. But he knew if he'd been hiking below, that thing could have swallowed him whole. Nature had made its point. Again. It was 2:30 a.m. and a lone hiker was deep within the stillness of Conacool National Forest. The only sounds were his footsteps and the whisper of wind through the trees. As he passed a dense wall of shrubs, he suddenly froze. He'd heard a single deliberate step behind him.
I see. I can see eye shine right through there. That is over there. There's two lights.
Just beyond the brush, something was standing, taller than any person he'd ever seen, easily over 6 feet. Before he could react, the figure began to vanish. Instinctively, he grabbed his phone and managed to snap a blurry glimpse. The creature never reappeared, but the feeling of being watched clung to him like the night air. Whatever it was, it didn't need to show itself again to leave a lasting impression. This Reddit user shared a photo they took nearly 20 years ago, which they captured still gives them chills. Back in 2007, while studying abroad in Cameroon, the user visited a sacred cave said to be inhabited by spirits. Guided by local children, they were only allowed a few feet inside the entrance. Foreigners weren't permitted to go further. The children claimed they could see the spirits within, though the user, ever the skeptic, saw nothing unusual. Still, they snapped a photo using a disposable camera. Years later, when the film was developed, something strange appeared. A ghostly figure standing between the two children, who seemed to be looking right at it. The user doesn't believe in ghosts, and leans toward an explanation involving light or camera trickery, but they can't ignore the eerie context and how perfectly the figure aligns with the local lore. Is it just a fluke of film, or something more? While out on a hike last weekend, this person felt something cold brush against their leg. When they turned around to snap a photo, they captured something chilling, a creepy face staring back at them from the shadows. Its eerie presence was impossible to ignore. Was it just his imagination, or did he capture something out of the ordinary? This wild story comes from a recent camping trip at Shaver Lake, California. A couple was spending a few days out there, enjoying the peacefulness of the campsite, when something unsettling happened on their last night. While casually recording a video, they were just walking around, flashlights in hand, when the camera captured something strange.
Trying to go with me to the right?
The dark, shadowy mass appears right in front of them, only to vanish seconds later. They edited the footage down to 28 seconds, and if you slow it down or go frame by frame, things get even weirder. What exactly is that black shape? It's one of those eerie moments that leaves you wondering if you caught something paranormal on camera. Take a look and let me know what you think. During a quiet fishing trip on the still waters of Lake Marimenuco in Argentina, a group of divers made a chilling discovery just 6 meters from the shore and 4 meters beneath the surface. There, hidden in the murky depths, stood a 1.5 meter tall statue of a minotaur, crafted from iron and cement and weighing over 250 kilograms. But that wasn't all. Nearby, they found a mysterious mask engraved with the haunting words, "Eternal Journey." Some locals believe the statue is a tribute to Kengao, a guardian spirit in Mapuche tradition, perhaps a silent reminder to respect and protect the natural world. But the truth is, no one knows who placed it there, or why. While kayaking with his father in the Strait of Magellan, Chile, Adrian Simancas faced a heart-stopping moment he'll never forget. He was accidentally swallowed by a humpback whale. As the massive creature surged to the surface to feed, Adrian was scooped up into its enormous mouth. Incredibly, he managed to escape unharmed and lived to share the jaw-dropping tale. In May 2008, a man was out geocaching near the Widowmaker Trail when something strange caught his eye. Through the trees, he spotted a towering figure moving silently among the branches. He quickly pulled out his camera and recorded a short, shaky video. But just as things were getting intense, the footage cut out. He later uploaded the clip online, asking the internet for answers. Most viewers were convinced it was real. But then, silence. The man vanished from the conversation. No replies, no updates, no follow-up posts. To this day, the video remains unexplained, and the man behind it has never been heard from again. While fishing by a quiet river in Indonesia, a local man spotted something strange poking out from the rocks. At first, he thought it was just a fish skeleton, but as he brushed away the debris, he froze.
What the hell? What is that, Mom?
What?
Ma, you see this?
No. Holy shit! What the hell is that?
What is happening? You guys see this? Oh my god, what the fuck is happening? What is that? What is that?
What he uncovered had the eerie shape of a tiny human skull, a bony spine, and a tail-like end. The whole thing was no more than 15 inches long. Photos quickly made their way online. Some people swore it was a mermaid. Others guessed it was a mutated fish, or maybe even a new, undiscovered species. But let's be honest, something about it just felt off. Creeped out, the fisherman eventually tossed the bizarre skeleton back into the water. And just like that, whatever it was, is gone. A night vision trail camera captured something chilling deep in the forest, something that wasn't quite animal, yet not exactly human either. Its arms were freakishly long, almost like a monkey's, but far more muscular, not the kind of creature you'd expect lurking in the American wilderness. Out there in the dark, the chances of someone casually wandering around in a Bigfoot costume seem slim. So, was this the real Bigfoot? Or is there an even stranger explanation? A Reddit user from the UK shared a chilling experience while walking their dog in the woods near their home. As they strolled through the trees, they began to hear strange, unidentifiable sounds behind them. The eerie part? The noises never grew louder or quieter. They simply stayed at the same distance, as if something or someone was quietly matching their every step. It wasn't until they stepped out of the woods that the sounds abruptly stopped. Whatever had been following them never left the tree line. A Reddit user recently posted a thermal video that had viewers doing a double take. It showed a massive figure darting effortlessly through rugged forest terrain. The creature moved so quickly and smoothly, some were convinced it might be Bigfoot. But after a bit of internet sleuthing, the mystery was solved. The creature was just a man in a suit, captured by a helicopter crew for a documentary filmed back in the 1990s. Back in 1986, this user's grandfather was out birdwatching near the Red River in western Oklahoma when he snapped a photo that has stirred debate for decades. While scanning the landscape, he unknowingly captured something strange, something that's since made its way around the internet and forums alike. Some swear it shows Bigfoot, others say it's just a trick of light and shadows. The problem? The original zoomed-out version of the photo has seemingly vanished, making it nearly impossible to know what was caught on camera that day. While hiking deep in the forest, a man felt the unsettling sensation of being watched. Snapping a quick photo of the trees around him, he later noticed something chilling, a shape in the background that looked eerily like a face, half hidden in the foliage. At first glance, it resembled a cryptid crouched low in the underbrush, peering straight at the camera. The internet lit up with theories, but the more people examined the image, the more it seemed off. The face looked too perfectly formed, almost as if the branches and bark had conspired to create it. A few eagle-eyed viewers chimed in, pointing out what were likely just snapped roots and fallen limbs, the remnants of a collapsed tree. In the end, it wasn't a mysterious creature lurking in the woods, just Mother Nature pulling one of her favorite tricks. Pareidolia, the illusion of familiar shapes where none actually exist. If you liked that video, make sure to check out the Dare to Watch YouTube channel, where we have tons of videos just like this. And if you want to see our latest scary hiking encounters, make sure to click subscribe so you'll get notifications.